What's up, guys? It's Cam coming at you from the 2-6. Welcome back to Carolina Fragrance Reviews. So 2020 has been a crap year and a crap year for fragrances until now. And leave it to a brand that is near and dear to my heart to come out swinging with two big ass guns for 2020. Yes, it is the new releases from Kilian. Let's get into this. So as many of you know, I am a huge Kilian fanboy and I love my boozy scents. And I had heard about the Liquors collection a good while back, long before I saw the beautiful presentations that these come in. They look like really nice upscale cognac glasses, or something that you would drink like $800 a glass whiskey or something like that. They're just absolutely beautiful. I mean, I love the old school Kilian bottles, and of course they've got the new ones with the bright blue colors. They still look pretty, whatever, but I like those black ones, but these are a really nice change. But I know you guys want to know about what type of fragrances these are. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start with Roses on Ice. I'm almost ashamed of myself for I don't know if I don't know. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. Then I saw my buddy Dan posted on Instagram the other day. I was like, well, Dan likes his Kilians too. It's like he's in competition with me and I'm in competition with him we're just gonna try to grab all the Kilians that we can. And he's been grabbing all the ones that I don't have, and I have the ones that he don't have. So if we just merge them together, we'll have the collection. So I have actually worn these. I was going to make this like a first impressions, but it's not. I've worn them one other time. So, and it was basically just a spray of one fragrance on one hand and a spray of the other on the other hand. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to, just give you my initial thoughts and what, I did gauge how long they lasted the first wearing, and I couldn't wait to tear into these things. So I guess my impatience is the reason why this is not just like, a true to God type first impressions. Okay, so a little bit what it says about Roses on Ice. It says the emotion of a gin on the rocks, uniquely distilled with roses and cucumber. And I was like, is that gonna be super feminine? Because I know a lot of you really liked Rolling in Love. I thought it smelled great. It just didn't smell good on me because it seemed like it was a little feminine. I can pull off some of slightly feminine leaning fragrances. That one just did not work for me, and this doesn't smell feminine to me. It smells very much unisex. Now, of course, looking at the art on this as well, you've got the beautiful pink roses and everything. So you're thinking it's going to be kind of a heavy rose dominant fragrance, which it's not at all. So what I got right out the gates, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spray that on there, is a bright, crisp, and cool cucumber note. And that's what's so cool about it. You do get like little sparkles of gin. Now, if there's any liquor in the world that I cannot stand, it's gin. I can't stand it. I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the way it tastes. But I pick up those hints of, because gin is got like a little bit of a bitterness about it. And there's a little bit of like sparkly bitterness, if that even just, makes any sense at all. But you're just getting that, but it's kind of just like dancing above a really, like fresh cucumber. It just reminds me of like going to the spa. There was a girl that I dated for a while, and boy, she was an amazing person. We had like this crazy chemistry. We actually met at a bookstore, and that's the first time I went to the spa where she worked at. She gave me two $50 coupons to go get my haircut because the haircuts were $50 freaking dollars. Now, I'm not used to paying $50 for a haircut. It's usually like, 20, 25, something like that. So I said, this must be some bouginess over here. And it was. And, low lit. They bring out the cucumber and water, so that's where this takes me, and they bring you the strawberries and yogurt and it's for the rich folks. I didn't have no business up in there other than trying to hook up with a girl. But this transports me to that really tranquil, just Oh, yes, it's just really relaxing and tranquil, but this is going to be amazing for spring and summer. You know, Kilian mostly does like those dark fragrances, and now I'm thinking, you know, okay, this is gonna be gin, it's gonna be roses, yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. And what really shocked me is how long this lasted. 2 sprays on one hand for the first time, 8 solid hours. It was a little over 8 actually, but we're just gonna hold it at 8 because I don't think it was quite 8.5, so we'll just hold it at 8. And that was just 2 sprays, so you spray more, you're gonna get more. But the cucumber note is as genuine as it gets. It's just like fresh, bright, cooling cucumber with little sparkles of gin coming up through there. And then as it starts to dry down, you get like really soft and, you know, genuine smelling, just airy rose, but it's not like really dominant, not jammy at all, not whatsoever. If I can even compare the rose note at all, it would be more like Rose Blanche from Precious Liquid, because I don't know if you saw my review on that. I'll just go ahead and put the link for that right there. That way you can kind of hear about how that rose note transported me to when my mom grew roses by, you know, she had azaleas and rose bushes right there at the back of the house. And yeah, it's that same similarity of that rose note, but it's not quite as dominant as the rose note in Rose Blanche, but it's so good. It's so refreshing. And then it's also supposed to, you know, like with the ice where, you know, you've got the gin on the ice and everything, so you're supposed to get like that cooling effect. If I'm not mistaken, I didn't go back and double check behind this, so if I'm wrong, forgive me. I think they said that they infused bergamot in this, if I'm remembering correctly, with that cucumber note. So you've got a little bit of citrus sparkle in there with that gin sparkle, and then you've got like a really nice cooling effect. So think an 8-hour fragrance for summertime that smells nothing like anything you've ever smelled before. So yeah, I feel bad for even mentally dismissing this. I got this sample because I actually have the bottle of Angel Share on the way, but I did get the 2 samples, and after sampling this, this is really, really good. So guys, if you're on the ropes thinking that this might be too feminine, yeah, definitely you want to sample it, but it's 100% unisex. This is gonna smell very, very sexy on the ladies, and this is gonna be like really super chill on the guys. You know, this is something I would definitely rock at the beach. You know, to me, like I said, it takes me to the spa, or it takes me like in the evening walking on the beach. You know, I love walking down the beach at nighttime. You know, you got a nice cool breeze blowing. It just completely transports me there, especially like if you just got like a little bit of a buzz. Yes, sir. This is a beautiful fragrance. You definitely need to check out Roses on Ice. Okay, so now for the one that I was just super excited about from the very beginning is Angel Share, and there is a lot of hype going on about this fragrance, like especially like with the Kilian enthusiasts. I'm part of the Kilian group on Facebook, and there's just tons and tons and tons of love pouring in over this fragrance, and rightfully so. My favorite boozy fragrances do come from Kilian. I just love Kilian fragrances, and both of these are inspired by Kilian Hennessy's, you know, experiences. So I love the fact that he's still actively part of the brand and how, you know, they're cranking this stuff out. Okay, so Angel Share is actually also inspired by an olfactive memory of Kilian Hennessy. It says, the translation of Kilian Hennessy's olfactive memory of the family oak barrels drenched in eau de vie, I don't know. I might have messed up that last part. So my apologies for that. It says it has Cognac essence, tonka bean absolute, and oak absolute. And from what I remember, let's just go ahead and spray so I don't go talking out of my ass. Oh my God. This is so unique, so good. Oh my God, I am in love with this fragrance. And that's saying a lot, you know, this cucumber is just like boom, boom, boom. It's so good. I mean, both of these, you know, coming out together, it makes it difficult for people. You know, it's like you got to pick your battles, you know, like go ahead, pick which one you like first, get that, put some cheddar aside unless you ballin', just go ahead and get both of them because they're both bangers. But what I get on this one is you get like a, cinnamon. Now, it don't say cinnamon here. I don't have a full listing of the notes, but just going by what it smells like on the opening, it smells like there's cinnamon because it's spicy, but it's sweet and spicy. And you're gonna get that like right off the top. And something else that I noticed the other day when I was wearing it, it was like maybe about 10 minutes into it. Of course, you know, you're gonna get that spice, you're gonna get that booziness. That cognac is definitely coming through with that cinnamon, if it is indeed cinnamon. And I also noticed that it had almost a little bit of a single malt vibe for a very, very short window. So if you could think of single malt with cinnamon, I get that for just, like I said, just a tiny little window, and then it starts transitioning. So I think it's just how it's blended, and then it transitions, and then it actually, it's much sweeter than single malt. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled that, but you've got that sweetness from the cinnamon, and then it almost smells like it has like a sweet toasted vanilla note in here. Again, I'm just trying to describe to you what I'm picking up. So if these are not official notes, forgive me, I'm just describing the fragrance to you. So I know most of you or all of you have at least heard of Hennessy, whether you've heard of Kilian or not. And yeah, it is the same family that makes the Hennessy Cognac. So, you know, I don't know how many rap songs I've heard about that yak and a Henny, and yeah, that's the family that has the Henny. But those oak barrels are what they let that cognac sit and, you know, macerate and just get to all that perfect oak taste in that cognac with, you know, like the dried fruits and everything. So you definitely pick that up, but that cinnamon is still there, that kind of toasty vanilla, like I'm, again, just describing, oh gosh, so freaking good. And then that, you know, the oak barrel, just, you know, like wet, boozy oak barrel with sweetness and sexiness. This, for me, I'm very curious how this one's gonna play out as far as like, you know, dating out. It might be one that I'm just, oh, this is so sexy, and then, you know, it'd be like an epic fail when I actually try to wear it on a date. We'll see. I'll give you an update on that one. I think this one is really sexy, and there's even a sexiness about it. Like I said, if I smelled this on a female, I'd be like, just so good. So yeah, just to sum it up, these are two bangers. These are easily, hands down, the best two fragrances that I have smelled that have come out in 2020 thus far. Now, of course, we are in, you know, very deep into October now. We're getting very close to Christmas. So if anybody's going to be kicking it out, they're going to be kicking it out now and, you know, trying to get that Christmas munchies in, you know, lots of online sales going on. As a matter of fact, I bought this from the Kilian joint up in New York. Now, of course, I got these for free, but when I get the full presentation in of Angel Share, if we need to do more thoughts or anything on that, we will. Yeah, and I'll go ahead and get like the official notes for it and all that, as opposed to just trying to describe notes that I have no idea if they're official notes or not. So I had mentioned that I got a solid 8 hours of the Roses on Ice. The only downside for the first time, and it could, you know, it could be a coinky dink, like I said, it was just one time, it was like 6.5 on the Angel Share. It didn't seem to be as potent, and I was like, how the heck is cucumber and roses lasting longer than some Henny and some oak barrel? But that's just how it did on the first go round. It's still very much present. This is still very much present. So I don't think they're gonna have like huge scent bubble type fragrances. This is gonna be more like the Miami Vice edition, except that they're gonna last a lot longer than those. Those are amazing fragrances that didn't last at all. This one is gonna have some longevity. And then you've got another fantastic boozy fragrance to put over there with single malt and apple brandy and all those wonderful, delicious, boozy fragrances. Now, I have heard, I don't know if this is 100% true or not. Now that they have these new presentations for the liquors line, I have heard that apple brandy will be going in this presentation. I do not know that for a fact though. It was just a rumor, so if you do know that that is to be true, let me know down in the comments. And if you know for sure that I'm wrong, just Cam, you're full of crap. That's not true. Whoever told you that's full of crap, and that's that. So while you're down in the comments, let me know, do you intend on trying these new liquors from by Kilian? And which one are you most excited about trying after hearing my thoughts if you haven't heard anything else? Until next time, I'll see you on Carolina Fragrance Reviews.